We know that plastics in and around our food are harmful to our body, but there are ways we can lessen the impact. Let's bring in Dietitian Nick Nation. Nick, can you start with some foods that are particularly high in plastic contamination?
Yeah, sure, Rach. So I like to break it into a couple of different categories. So first category would be anything wrapped in plastic, obviously, or anything like lying in a can that has a plastic resin lining in it. So think tomato soup or like sliced pineapple pieces or something like that. But I think the second category, which is more important, is the ultra-processed foods that are out there in our supermarkets. So think frozen pizzas, meat pies, sausage rolls, chips, biscuits, and even some ready-made meals.
We think organic foods are the best, but they're often wrapped in plastic at major supermarkets. Are they still better than non-organic?
So a lot of people are choosing organic fruits and vegetables so they can reduce the pesticide residue. So that's another toxin that's out there in our food environment. And when we see the plastic around those foods, it is a bit frustrating, but I think it's distracting because the major contaminants of our fresh produce comes from the way that the food is actually grown on the farm. So does it have like a plastic lining for mulch? Do we have irrigation water that might contain some plastic? And are there some airborne particles that might be transferring into our food?
The good news is we can flush these microplastics out, as 9 News revealed this week. What are your best tips?
So back to the ultra-processed foods. So instead of going for one of those ready-made meals that is wrapped in plastic and that you microwave some of the time, and by microwaving it, you're actually also encouraging more plastic to leach into the food, make a meal from scratch. And you're more likely to not only reduce your amount of plastic, but also your pesticide residue and also other toxins that might be in our food supply.
Nick Nation, thank you for your time today.
Thanks, Rach.